Uh-huh. There it is. There it is. What's going on, bro? There it is. Back at it. I don't know if I have the proper distance right or the proper take this off, man. My hair's getting long and shit. Bam, Seahawks won last night, bro. 38-37. Keep fucking with me, bro. Keep fucking with me. Shout out to Saubert. Saubert got the damn the last touchdown in overtime. Who is mommy though? Cause she kind of bad. Hold on. Damn. I peeped that earlier like a creep. I was like, damn, I'm working right now, man. I'm in the what do you call this? Damn, I'm in the reservation room. So what I look like walking outside just to talk to somebody. Fuck all that, man. We over here getting the work done. Right here, it's a different person. We are on TTH 229. TH 229. PTH 229. Make sure that shit's on camera. We on camera as long as we're recording? Yeah, we're recording. We are recording. So that's good. Yeah, man. I forgot what I was saying a whole bunch of things. I just don't remember what I was saying. But I was saying a bunch of things, to be honest with you. I don't remember everything, to be honest with you. You know, this creepy ass shit. I'd be staring at these windows, watching these cars here and now, here and there. Whatever. All right, man. I don't know if the orientation is correct, so I'm replacing my phone. Like I said, I did a little mic check, make sure the microphone was good. I'm trying to not to move the position it's at right now, so that way the recording can go smooth. As long as I'm not moving, you see the. Make sure my light is on. You see the mic right here attached to the, side of the shirt, crew neck. Excuse me. The port that's at the bottom of the phone. I just make sure that that's all good and well oriented. Make sure my distance is correct from the last video, and it's as good as it'll get. I'm gonna try to do maybe keep it to 25 today. Because we'll see how much. I'll do about. Let me do 30. So I'll stick to 30. Like when I'm in this room, I try to do 30 pieces, 30 a piece, and we're gonna try to stick to that. I'm gonna ask the ladies outside in a second, like, hey, if there's no one that has it reserved after or at 12 specifically, because I'm leaving here at 12. If no one has it reserved for 12, can I extend the time? And then maybe I'll add an extra hour, a couple hours here and there. And if I can do that, then I will. And I will keep on recording throughout the day. I don't know how many people are going to be utilizing this room. I think 2 days ago when I placed the reservation, there were no reservations at all. So I'm gonna go back out and check. If you've ever seen me at the other conference room, the bigger conference room on campus over here, that one, I'll be in there for like 6 to 7 hours sometimes at a time, bro. There's one time where I was in there for 6 hours and I went and grabbed some food. I was like, should I go home with this food I bought, or should I just eat it? And I just ate it on live stream. You know what I'm saying? I was just doing some shit like that. I'm just over here checking out these windows, like just looking, peeping through. And I brought some shit to the dry cleaners, and the dry cleaner, they're gonna give me that price. They're gonna give me that price. Last time I paid like 20 to $40, something like that. But I didn't have the undershirt, so we'll see what that's looking like. I just thought about that shit because I was over here before I came here. I was thinking, because I'm looking at I'll just show you real quick. I have this on me. It's basically like a little. I folded it up so it could fit in my bag, but it's just a thing, and the hanger's inside. But it's my stuff from Indochino. I'm looking at this in my bag right now because I brought my my stuff for dry cleaning, basically. Trying to get my suits ready so I can have some suits to rock. Come actually tomorrow I'll have my blue suit. I'll rock that one, throw that on, and do a couple recordings, knock that out. Check this out, man. Let's get into it, man. We dilly-dallied enough, man. Let's talk about the university mindset right here, man. As you know, I'm gonna try to my best to rock my university crew necks and my university hoodies. So I will write a little note, a couple notes here and there about you know, the crew necks and the hoodies and just knocking them out intentionally. I've worn them before on live streams. I've worn them before in recordings, but I'm going to intentionally, very intentionally, just wear them, excuse me, because my thumbnails are currently different images, from university campuses, if not just being outside in the towns and different places, city places, if you will. So here we are back to it. Move the eraser here because I don't even use this eraser. I use the fucking water and a wet towel and shit, which is the best way. University mindset is very important to me, man. It's something I've been trying to push in all these episodes weekly. Talking about weekly? You talking about weekly? Yeah, we're talking about weekly. So basically, if I get to episode 52, I might end it right there because that's a whole year of university mindsets. 52 weeks in a year about. So when I get to that 52 dark side 5-2 type shit, you already know what it is. There we go, man. It's just like that, bro. University mindset. Let me tell you about it right here. University mindset is very important to me, man, because a lot of people, man, they go to different, colleges, community colleges, universities, vocational institutes, technical colleges, culinary schools, art schools, all these things to get certifications and degrees. And a lot of times, like, the goal of just like finishing K through 12 and then going back to school for anywhere from a year to 4 to 6 or whatever years that you do after school, that kind of stuff validates a human being. You understand? A lot of times somebody will feel like they ain't shit until they went to an American college or some type of Ivy League school or whatever, you know what I mean? When they get that certification, that degree, they get that thing under their belt, they get the bachelor's, all that stuff, whatever you want to call it, whatever you want to name it. People start getting those things and they start validating themselves. They start getting the higher wages because of it, or they just start getting higher wages in general. They start validating themselves. They start feeling good about themselves. People start spending money on material possessions. They start getting new clothes, new shoes, new haircut to make you feel fresh. Don't get me wrong. But at the end of the day, you got to start validating yourself as a human being, validating your own existence, certifying yourself as a simple soul on this planet, certifying your human existence, certifying you as a human, basically. You understand? Listen, man, and one of the ways to do that is just simply recognizing like the degrees of things in your life that you have already withstood, handled, and survived. You know what I mean? You don't have to you didn't have to go through like poverty or nothing. You didn't have to go through any like neighborhood violence, And I'm just coming from a personal experience or whatever. It's just like you don't have to come from those things. You could just simply just understand that you were a good person and you found a way to be a good person that demanded respect. Just the fact that you were going through life and you could be middle class, you know what I'm saying? You could be rich, whatever. Like, sure, whatever. As long as you're validating yourself based off the fact that you used to be a pompous, rich son of a bitch, and now you're a little more humble, now you're a little more nicer to people or something like that. Whatever your path is that got you to being just a very decent human being or a decent living, existing, breathing human being. Very simply. You understand? My thing is this, right? Once you start validating yourself, I need you to start understanding, just recognizing, looking at your life, looking at the degrees of things in your life that you have withstood, survived, and handled. Just really start recognizing those things. Really start paying attention to those things, looking at the minute details of those stuff. Start recognizing the degree of things that you will no longer tolerate. There's a threshold of things, there's a limit, if you will, right? A threshold of things that you will no longer tolerate or deal with. Once you start understanding those things, you will start certifying yourself as a simple human being. Just simply certifying your soul. Certify your soul, man. You understand? No more, the necessity of chasing these degrees and certifications. I get it if you want specific jobs and you want to be a surgeon or someone who can like actually, help somebody, a certified person who can actually help somebody. I understand that. You know what I mean? I get that. Like, I wouldn't want to be someone's therapist. I wouldn't want to be, you see what I'm trying to say? I wouldn't want to be someone's therapist. I'm not a certified therapist. I don't think I need to be necessarily, but it helps. Does that make sense? Because like there's people like in the Middle East right now who are getting surgeries done on them by people who haven't went to any American schools. There's people who are like on the fly, just understanding the body and like, man, we're gonna have to work on this body. We're gonna have to do this, that, and the third. If you have a lighter, we can light up this knife and we can cut through the body. That's the only way they can like sterilize it. They're not going through the sterilizer. You understand? That's a whole nother side of the business. But anyway, It's really interesting, man. It's real interesting. Give me a second. It wasn't a fire truck. It was like a fire SUV. Is that right? Beside the point, man. It really starts with loving yourself, loving and respecting yourself. You understand? There's a level of love and respect that each person deserves. And you're not really going to get it until you start giving it to yourself. Once you start giving it to yourself, people are going to recognize that and just be like, you know what, man, this is someone that really loves themselves. I want to not mess with that. People who want to mess with that, people who try to knock someone down when they're loving themselves, those are evil people. Or they're dealing with something within themselves that they can't quite pinpoint. They're not quite there yet. So the reason why I use university mindset, is because it's like, yeah, you don't necessarily have to go to school to have this level of self-love and respect for yourself. I've met a lot of homeless people. I've met a lot of hippie type people that simply have a level of respect and love for themselves. And they go through life not hurting nobody, not whatever, and they're happy with what they got. They don't care about the wages that they're given. They're happy with what they got. And I think a lot of us should be living that way. A lot of us are getting richer. A lot of us are getting more material possessions, and we're still feeling down and sad about shit. We still feel low about stuff. A lot of us are grieving at different levels. A lot of us are anywhere from middle class to, entrepreneurial rich. And we've dealt with a lot of grief, and a lot of times it's like, but you have to learn to love and respect yourself in the moments. You understand? Your soul is experiencing all this stuff in the moments. Right now, you have to recognize these things, man. It's very important. It's a very crucial time that we're living in, and I've heard that for generations. You go back to and you research old conversations, and everyone's talking about how each generation is getting worse, and it's just like, so I guess it just keeps getting worse. But it depends on what you want to feed and believe in. If you want to believe that each generation is getting worse in this country or wherever you're living at, then yeah, it'll just continue to get worse. But if you start to actually apply some, not just money, but effort into individuals and people, this is why I try to impart some wisdom here. Because like I said, if I'm at university campuses, spaces, places like I am right now, I get a level of peace and wisdom here, peace and knowledge here that I love cultivating within myself. And I've done this for a while. I've had this for a while, and I've never gotten a chance to necessarily impart the wisdom with positive intention. You understand? I've never got a chance to impart the wisdom that I'm just thinking about here, that is just cultivating in my mind here, that I'm utilizing and exercising and practicing in my everyday life as best as I can. Because sometimes, some days I might want to crash out. Some days I might want to have to fuck somebody up. I'm going to tell the truth. Because those situations present themselves to me way more often than you would realize. But while I'm here and in this space, let me create something, a form of wisdom, a form of conversation, if not documented, just documenting my thoughts and feelings here and just putting that out there into the universe, putting that out there video form onto YouTube. And it's going to fall where it may, man. People may or may not find this. Some people be finding my videos right in the moment, if not like, hours down the line, a couple days, couple weeks, couple months, maybe even years. And as long as the content exists, as long as the digital footprint exists, because I might not even feel or believe this way. I might not have the same beliefs, basically. I might not even feel this way in how many years, but I believe that it's valuable, and I want to put it out there for anyone who might need to hear it. There might be a point in my life where I might just pledge a level of silence. I don't know. Or just speaking less in general. I don't know. But I give myself these little time limits here. When I'm in this room, though, I'm trying to utilize the time as best as I can. So we'll see. I might try to knock this out on some if I can do 30, I might walk outside and just ask the lady, like, hey, does anyone have this reserved at 12? Because if they don't, can I extend it for another hour? Is that okay? Well, we'll see, man. We'll see. Because right now, I'm doing this. I'm knocking this out right here. It is. Hopefully what I'm saying makes sense, man. I'm a little all over the place, but at the same time, I try to stay, with precision, stay as concise as possible. Like I said, back to intention. Just utilizing the intention here. This is also exercise for me. Because down the line, we don't know how, what I'm saying? Listen, man, it'll make sense all later. Check this out, man. TTH 229. Oh, shit, what was that? Am I tripping? Anyway, the Truancy hour. Okay, I'm just seeing like a little optical illusion here. Truancy hour 229. I said, being a victim of my own anxiety. That's what I wrote down. All bold, all caps. Truancy hour 229, man. Being a victim of my own anxiety, man. I think a lot of us are, if we're being honest here. Let's be a little honest about it. I think a lot of us are, man. How can I compact this into a way that's going to make sense, you know? First note I wrote was this. I said I go into places I see as peaceful and quiet. Example, places and spaces like such. Go into places I see as peaceful and quiet, only to overanalyze and, only to overanalyze the place and situation. Excuse me. Can't even read my own handwriting. I'm over here, low key chicken scratching that shit. I'm like, bop, bop. Let's get the note out. You know what I'm saying? So I could delete it off my phone, move on to the next thing. So I'm gonna have to start deleting these notes when I'm done. So sometimes I'm here, man. Sometimes I'm here. Sometimes I'm getting my peace and quiet here. I'm so peaceful. It's so quiet. I'm just here, living my life, doing my best. You know what I'm saying? I'm away from the chaos that I'm accustomed to. I'm away from the chaos that I'm used to. I'm away from the chaos that I normally seek. You understand? I'm away from the chaos and the negativity that I normally seek because I have comfort around that type of bullshit. I'm away from that and I'm here. And sometimes I'm here and I'm just looking at whether it's people that work here, people that show up here, people that are just with their kids living peacefully and just acting like it's all good, like they can't get robbed or something. You know what I'm saying? I'll be in them places and spaces like this, like such. People be bringing their kids through here, whatever. Kids come through and tour, whatever. Workers behind the desk, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Workers at the fucking front gate, security, all that shit. Wherever I'm at in this space, man. I'm like, man, these people just they're so nonchalant with their job and just living in a peaceful, quiet place that they don't even know I could probably just snatch something real quick and they won't even notice. And I'm not much of a thief because I'm the type of person I'll steal something and look you in the eye. You understand? Because I'm not a good thief. I'm not like good, like you won't even know it's me. I'm gonna play around like it wasn't me. I'm gonna let you know it was me, bro. Like, yeah, I wanted that. I took that. Because I just don't like lying. It's like, why are you taking this shit? Because I'm a thief right now. Tomorrow I might be a chef. Tomorrow I might be a chef. Tomorrow I might be, throwing some little ramen packets up in the pot. You know, just doing that little stupid shit. You know? Just doing that thing, man. But right now, if I wanted that, I might take it. If I wanted that, I might go get it. That's just me. You know what I mean? So when I think about wants and go getting, back to the university mindset, I have to really dial myself back, whether I was in this space or the next. I've had access to spaces and places like such for a long time. My boxing coaches used to take me to places that are very peaceful and quiet and away from the neighborhood. My boxing gym was right in the smack in the middle of the neighborhood, right in the middle of the hood. And she used to take me to places that were just the complete opposite of that shit. She'd take me to places like that. And I'm just like, damn. I'm not saying I'm going to rob these people, but these people don't know how good they got it. They're over here dilly-dallying around, man. The motherfuckers get robbed any second. Shit, they can get shot any second. The same way I used to just walk past bullets whizzing past my head. All this crazy shit. My coach would tell you, I was like, you remember that day I was walking towards you and then the bullets whizzed past my head? See, I was literally staring at you across the street. I was worried. I was like, oh, yeah, it'd be like that. It'd just be like that. And I was like 12, 13. Something like that. Like 12, 13. Yeah, I was still living at the old house. So I was probably like 12. I don't know. It might have been 13. So that's like summer-ish. Start of summer. Yeah. I might have close to 13. I gotta do the math real quick. Yeah, I think that's what it was. It was like that though. That shit was normal. That shit was normal, man. Every day. I apply myself. You know what I'm saying? I show up and I apply myself, man. When I'm here, I take that same mentality, man. I go back to like the boxing days. See, the thing about it is this, man. I was thinking about this the other day. No matter what I get into, I put a lot of work into. You understand? When I was a kid, I was known for drawing. And no one really nurtured that till about first or second grade. They're like, you're really good at drawing. Because I used to be kind of like an angry crash out kid. I was looking for a reason to be angry and crash out and be upset with some people. Just fight some people, fight some kids. I'll try to be, cool about everything, but then I'll still be looking for a reason to be mad. And people will be like, man, you're really good at drawing. I was like, man, I might lean into that. Maybe I should become a cartoonist. Specifically, I wanted to do anime and manga, but when I saw the amount of work that Akira Toriyama was putting in, Akira Toriyama, rest in peace. When I saw that shit, I was like, damn, that's a lot of work. Because I'm over here trying to make my own comics. I was like, damn, you tell me I got to do the panels, I got to do the conversation, I got to do the bubbles, I got to fill it in, I got to color it, I got to put that's a lot of work. But you got to do what you got to do. And that was just one page. I was like, damn, I got to do all this shit for one page. That's before I found out that they would just sit there and delineate, or divvy up task for different people. Like, all right, he does the little outlines, you do the coloring, he does the bubbles, boom, boom, boom. You go down the line. Each person does their job, and you just follow like a little format. And you just perfect it and make sure everything's good. You proofread it. You have people who proofread it. You proofread your own thing. You know what I'm saying? All that. Some things get overlooked. It happens. Damn, who is it? Nah, I ain't gonna. So it's real interesting. It's real interesting. I took that same, this was something that was nurtured. I applied that into boxing. I was like, this might be my ticket out the hood. I applied myself. You understand? I applied myself. I was like, I'm gonna show up every day. Anytime I get an opportunity to go to any gym, weightlifting, whatever, I'm gonna put the work in. And I'm gonna do it my way on my time. So people be trying to pump iron in front of everybody. Kids over here pumping heavy weights. I'm like, no, I'm not trying to pump heavy weights, man. I'm trying to get the reps in. Trying to stay lean and get the reps in. Stay lean. Had them compact muscles that were strong as shit. To this day, I'll be smaller and shorter than a lot of people. Pause. But at the same time, man, I'll be stronger than them. Motherfuckers be weak. Motherfuckers be 10 years younger than me. I'm 32 right now. Motherfuckers be 10 years younger than me and they got sore muscles already. I'm like, how the fuck you this tired? You weak as hell, dog. You definitely ain't eating right. Probably eating a whole bunch of sugar and shit. I eat a lot of sugar. I eat a lot of bit of everything. Pause. Crazy part about it is this, man. Crazy part about it is this. Check this out. Ooh, hold on. I see when they got one baddie up in the car, they got another one walking up the street. No, she all right. She kind of basic. Never mind. I like that though. I be fucking with a basic white girl though. I'll tell you that, man, because I didn't really grow up with them. You know what I'm saying? I'll tell you that much. I didn't grow up with them, man. So when I like, I'm one of those. Like, damn, that shit look exotic to me. It's probably really basic to everyone else, but I'm like, especially people growing up here, because I didn't experience it enough. But I don't know. I fuck with that shit. That's just me. I'm stupid. I'll be stupid like that. Hey, man, university mindset, man. Start speaking yourself with love and respect. Anyway, I say this to say, because I've constantly applied myself, whether it was, this might be the ticket out the hood. This is the sports thing. This is the boxing thing. You understand? This is the sports thing, the boxing thing. I've applied myself to that. I'm thinking this is the ticket. This is the thing to get me out. Same thing. When I did the music, it was the same thing. Okay, there's a road, there's a track record. You do it this way. You do things right. Whatever. You find the track record. This is the ticket to get out. This is the ticket to get out. So I would always constantly apply myself. So what I say is when I started to enter in these spaces and places, university spaces and places, spaces of peace and quiet, where you can sit there and really examine yourself. You can use Wi-Fi if necessary, get some wisdom, just start learning. Spaces and places where you could really just apply yourself, peace, quiet, learning, all that shit. You understand what I'm trying to say? When I'm in places like that, I never waste a moment. You see me right now, man. I got the laptop up on the side. We're getting work done, whether it's content or whatever, making sure some stuff is running in the background. Plastic Duck Simulator. If it ain't that, it's some other shit. You understand what I'm trying to tell you? If it's not that, it's some other shit, always. If it's not that, it's some other shit, always. And what we got on the side right here, phone out, recording, getting the work done. You understand? Getting the work done. It doesn't stop. For me, it doesn't stop. In my mind, mentally, it just doesn't stop. You understand? But you have to be careful, because it's like when you have moments of peace and quiet, it's like you have moments of peace and quiet. Is this the moments that you're going to continue to work? You see what I'm trying to say? Are you going to continue to work? Are you going to utilize this peace and quiet to... Oh my God, she almost ran into another... This lady is doing her makeup in the car, and she almost ran into another car just jetting down the hill. That was crazy. That's what I hate about this room, because this room, the way the window's position is in front of me, so I get a little distracted looking at some... But people do some crazy ass shit. I almost seen a hit and run. What was that, last week or 2 weeks ago? That shit was crazy. I'm like, oh shit. But it's just such a weird like window setup. I just be seeing shit I ain't supposed to be seeing. Well, let me not say that, because I ain't seen no crackheads getting fucked on the side of the street or nothing crazy like that yet. But yeah, man. My anxiety is like, you're in a place where it's peaceful and quiet. Holy shit, you gotta, anxiety starts kicking in like, It's too peaceful. It's too quiet. Something bad's gonna happen. Because it used to be like that in the neighborhood. It used to be like that personally in life. Crazy shit be happening in life. You get a moment of peace and quiet. It's like, man, this is too good to be true right now. Where's the chaos at? All of a sudden, before you know, man, there's a shootout somewhere. All of a sudden, before you know it, one of the somebody you know is getting their house robbed or some crazy shit. You see a car jetting down the street, mashing down the street. You know what I'm saying? You see somebody dipping down the street themselves, just gone, burners on them, poof, just done. He's gone. You don't know what is in his pocket. He got shit up in the hoodie pocket. He got all type of shit. He's gone. He got something. Some people carrying big ass boxes of shit. Just, you know what I'm saying? It gets too quiet. It's just like something's about to happen or something's going down. You just know that, and it's just like you don't believe in peace and quiet because it's like it's like damn, it's too quiet right now, man. Ain't nothing going on. Something's supposed to be going on, and the anxiety also kicks in. Like you got all this peace and quiet. That means you have a lot of time. If you got time, why aren't you utilizing it? I get triggered because it's like, you over here wasting your life. You need to do something, get something done. You need to hustle. You need to go make some money. You need to go create something. So I always have to I gotta utilize my time to just create some shit. I'm haunted by that shit. I talked about this before, the haunting. I'm haunted by the fact that there was a time period where I was just broke and I didn't know what to do. And I was like, you gotta start utilizing the time to write. That same practice of utilizing the time to write, I utilize that time to make beats. That same practice of doing that, I utilize that time to go to school, study some shit. That was when I was doing sterile processing, central service technician. You understand what I'm trying to tell you? Like, I was always utilizing the time. Like, hey man, I don't want to fail this class. Let me just up. I don't really believe in studying personally. I was like, let me up the studying as much as possible. So I'm always utilizing the time. People got them squeaky shoes. Damn. That's just me. You know what I mean? So I say my anxiety kicks in, man. And that's pretty much the final note. I was like, having a hard time being present at the moment. Having a hard time being present at the moment, man. What I live and strive for is those moments of comfort. Because I know the type of person I am, man. You give me some comfort, some peace and quiet. Oh, that shit leaking? Damn. You give me some peace and quiet? Give me a second, man. I would utilize that shit. Oh, shit. I will utilize that shit to the highest degree, to the fullest. You give me some peace and quiet, I'm like, damn, I gotta create something. Last night, I'm over here just, watching a couple live streams, playing a couple YouTube videos. I'm like, man, I done did that shit before. I sat around and just consumed, information. Now I have to consume information while I'm playing a video game, while I'm recording a video game. This time I was like, hold on, I was listening to Joey Diaz. I had to turn it off. Like, let me turn this off. Threw on the Ableton, put on the Ableton, started making some beats. I made one. I made one. I was like, I'm kind of back in the game. I'm hearing it. It's there, but it ain't quite there. I listened to it this morning. I was like, it's there, but it ain't quite there. And then I made the anime sandwiches, bro. I made anime sandwiches to beat last night. So I don't know if you're ever gonna hear. I don't know if anime sandwiches is gonna be released between then and now. Hopefully it is. But if you look up I have a beat. Just look up Cinco Bane anime sandwiches. I made that beat last night. I was just so hyped. I was been playing it past couple of days, just like, damn, this is it right now. This is it. This is the zone I want to be in. I just want to be in my zone. So yeah, man, the anxiety kicks in when you have moments of peace and quiet. You understand? I've been a victim of my own anxiety, bro. Where things are going good, and I'm like, oh, things are going too good. What's going on here? And I start stressing and worry about shit. And you got to lock in. And I find myself just creating. If I'm a little worried and stressed that I'm just wasting time today because I'm not going to work, I'm not scheduled for this week or this day. I'm like, no, I got to do something. This is the balance right now. This is what the balance is looking like. So I got to do something. But we'll see, man. I'm getting better at managing the money. Once all that's underway, once all that's taken care of, you know what I'm saying? And fixed, I ain't gonna say fixed up, but once all that's taken care of and straightened out, we're gonna go from there. And that's it. That's it, and that's that, man. Listen, man, you're a victim of your own anxiety. I'll tell you what, I ain't got too many solutions for you. Hopefully what I'm saying makes sense. Hopefully it translates to those that needed to hear it. But all I'm trying to say is when you start having moments like that, you got to create. You got to do something. I don't care if you're hopping on the video game, recording yourself playing video games. I don't care if you think it's insignificant. You got to do something. Go hit some push-ups. Go do a squat. Go do some wall sits. Hold the plank position. Do something. You have to, because the anxiety is just like you feel like something's gonna happen that isn't happened or hasn't happened yet, and you got to occupy the time of making something happen for you. It's that simple. You're worrying about something that may or may not happen, but you got to make something happen for you. It's that simple. So hopefully what I'm saying makes sense. If it resonates with you, if you deal with that same kind of anxiety from just how you grew up or how you might have grown up or whatever, like just create stuff, man, and do something for yourself. Work out. If I'm not working out, I'm creating something. I'm usually creating something, but like every now and again, I'll just, in between Dragon Quest recordings, I'll record this video game called Dragon Quest. For those that don't know, and I'll record that shit. And I'll just do push-ups in between each recording. I just go as far as I can. I'm like, yeah, that's it. I only got like 11 in me. Pause, and that's it. Hey man, I'm gonna leave it right there. I'm gonna go talk to these the people for the room. I'm gonna be like, is anybody else coming in here? Make sure my light's still on. So yeah, love y'all. Appreciate y'all, man. Peace. I'm out.